For the people.
We are waiting with bated breath for news from the Cash Republican Party meeting an executive committee tonight.
With Jason Williams.
And I'm really excited about this next segment. We have two guests here in studio. We're going to talk about something that we've talked about many times here on the show, but from a bit of a different angle.
Weekday afternoons from 4 till 6 on News Talk KVNU, 610 AM and 102 FM.
Welcome to KVNU's For the People. The end of hour one of today's show, normally, but glad to make some space for Utah State University men's basketball. And if you were listening, you saw how things went. And, we'll see how things go from here.
Happy the Aggies won.
Yeah. And that does also mean that our show will be affected tomorrow as well.
Actually, no. It will not be.
Start at 6 tomorrow.
It'll start at the game at 7:30 is what Al was saying. So it looks like 6:30 with Aggie game day.
It shows you how good at math I am. I was thinking, we'll have to wrap up at 5:30 tomorrow. But no, thank you. Bill the calculator. Much better with the numbers than I am. Charlie Schill here in the studio for what will be a very short For the People Theater Hour this week. But well-timed because it's also kind of a short week, if you will, in things happening. That doesn't stay that way for long, but we covered it all last week. So this is our bye show, and then we'll be back at it for a full hour next Thursday at 4. And Charlie, you mentioned that you weren't able to see the Boy at the Edge of the World. It sounds like a few people weren't able to see that. Or that's right, Boy at the Edge of Everything, starring children, and at least the matinee for children. So that has come and gone at this point. USU will be getting underway with is it The Tempest next?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to do a play reading on...
Oh, that's right. At the Black Box.
The middle of May, or the middle of March, I think.
Yeah, 29th.
Yeah.
I have on your schedule here. So yeah, they'll have something going before then.
And then in April, they'll have The Tempest.
That's right. And, of course, tomorrow night you have Alice in Wonderland, the Cache Valley Civic Ballet. And tickets still available for that, but it's pretty sold out at the Eccles. And as close as it gets, at least.
Tonight, Friday night, and Saturday, we've got the Cowboy Rendezvous.
Yeah. I'm excited about that, and I'm sad that we weren't able to do our traditional thing this year where we have the Cowboys into the studio. They play some songs for us. It didn't work out, both because of things going on here with renovation, but also schedules there. So I hope we'll be back to that next year, and I'm still hoping we can get Dale to give us a call tomorrow on the show and tell us about some of the events planned for the weekend. But that Cache Valley Cowboy Rendezvous kicked off today officially at the Cache Events Center. It's cheap. Most of it's free, and it is a good time. So get out, and especially the local artists going and there is so much talent in this valley. And we also have... let's see, next Friday, a week from tomorrow, a big show at the Eccles, Trailblazing Women of Country. This is a kind of a tribute to one of the biggies.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah, Patsy Cline. This is...
Loretta Lynn.
Tickets are on sale for that as well. And I don't mean to spoil it, but I saw the title on your notes that you brought in with you here today. This is one I'm kind of excited about because it's not... I mean, it's not new. It's not... even new to Cache Valley, but it's a lesser performed production.
Yeah, Tarzan is you need somebody to play the apes.
Yeah,
and it's going to be
difficult. Difficult. How do you do that?
What we're getting on towards is Four Seasons is holding their auditions for Tarzan tonight, and callbacks are tomorrow, and the Four Seasons plays games with these things. Remember Toto when they had that poor guy bent over
the dog,
bent over the whole time.
I felt so bad for it.
I
That
know
had to hurt.
it had to hurt. I know. Well, the answer is rather than put a real dog on stage, Four Seasons decided to use a puppet.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I don't remember his name because he deserves full credit for it. But they had a fellow who spent the entire night bent over, moving the dog around,
Uncomfortable
when
position.
they did the Wizard of Oz, and they're going to do Tarzan, and they're going to need to have apes, and
I thought this was interesting. I haven't followed these closely enough to know if this is a typical disclaimer, but I noticed at the Four Seasons Theater.org website they have this disclaimer on the auditions tonight. We will only be auditioning performers ages 16 and older.
Yeah, they're going to do. They're going to do A Christmas Carol, and they'll also be doing Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat between now and December, and those are opportunities for they normally try to work a lot of younger performers into their productions.
Sure. Interestingly enough, if you want to audition tonight, well, actually, they start in 5 minutes for some of the auditions, at least. The dance auditions are a bit later, but the form is still open at fourseasonstheater.org. You'd have to fill that out really fast and get headed over to the Cedar Ridge Elementary School, but you could do it.
We're probably beating a dead horse here because most people who are going to audition tonight will have already booked slots to do it.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is that they're going to bring in some text to arrange for flying parts in this show. If you remember, when they did The Wizard of Oz, they had the witch flying across the stage.
Oh, yeah.
And they've done, Four Seasons is really good at running these flying parts. I think back to Mary Poppins, where they, Mary does all the flying in that show, and they're really good at it. They make sure that, anybody who flies looks like he's Superman. Not a lot of times when someone has to fly for one of these shows, they look very awkward while they're doing it.
Yeah.
Not in a Four Seasons show, they don't.
That's I've seen some where it's almost difficult not to laugh, even though that's not what you should be doing. Four Seasons make sure you don't laugh.
And what I'm thinking is going on here is there are probably going to be a bunch of vines flying. You know how Tarzan swings on a vine?
Oh, that would make sense.
That's probably how they're doing it. And they're going to have just about everybody else in the show. All the main characters are going to fly.
That would make sense.
So
that was... I saw a production of this once.
One thing, if you got to be able to sing, you got to be able to dance, you got to be able to act, and if you're afraid of heights, you probably don't want to be.
Yeah,
that's another one. You got to fly for this show,
and some shouting from trees as well, if I remember right. But I was thinking about the apes. I saw a production of this once. In fact, it was the last time I saw it, where the costumes they had for the apes were basically these big, dark-colored, like almost shag rugs. They almost look like dreadlocks that you might see on someone's head, but they were just these long shag pants and jackets, and then they would just crouch and be on their knees a lot, and it worked for the apes, even though it looked nothing like an ape.
Well,
but it worked. We'll see what they do.
It'll be a cute show.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. Four Seasons knows how to do these things. And they're ready to perform.
Well, and this is a fun one as a musical. If you feel like you know the story and you're not a fan, or you are a fan and feel like you know the story, but you've never seen the musical.
It changes a lot as a musical.
It's a very different thing as a musical, and it's fun. And it is, very much an almost all ages kind of show. Maybe the really young kids might get a little bored towards the end as the romance blossoms and things like that, but it's a good show for kids. Tickets are on sale for that, even though auditions are just kicking off tonight. FourSeasonsTheater.org, the website, and then they get that officially underway on the stage with opening night mid-June. And that is our For the People Theater Hour this week. So,
and if you blinked, you missed it.
That's right. Charlie, appreciate you coming for this anyway, despite the short show. And Charlie will be back with us next Thursday at 4 for a full hour, again, of For the People Theater Hour. That's next Thursday. You can read his work in between now and then at CacheValleyDaily.com. And hour 2 of today's show, the headlines, what we can expect from some of the races here in Cache County as they're taking shape as well. That's next here on KVNU Logan.
Following the big stories, News Talk KVNU, Logan. Proud to be locally owned and operated by the Cache Valley Media Group.